Ready for the biggest transformation of your entire experience being a human. This is the energy forecast for September 22nd through to the 28th. And gang, oh man, sit down, listen up, take some notes because we are in it. I have been talking about this gateway acceleration that we're going to be experiencing all year. We had three major gateway openings this year that were supportive for DNA activation, for connecting into your higher self, your oversoul, to connecting into galactic councils, to embodying universal wisdom. And the acceleration date of the last gateway is Saturday. This is what we have come here for. This is what we've been waiting for, but it's going to be a gong show. So I want to break it down and support you in arriving at your highest timeline and how to use this energy. So we're going to start with an overall theme here. This week is all about, oh, for a lot of us, it's going to be bliss. For the unaware, we're going to be feeling some things. So the overall theme right now is moving towards freedom, moving towards unity. We have been under this veil of suppression. So, our matrix, there's this veil of suppression. That's all I can say here on this platform. In our membership platform, it's called Starseed Rebellion because like we're taking it down. We're rebels. Starseed Rebellion, we had this beautiful event on August 26th, which was Sacred Liberation, talking about what the veil is, what the matrix is, and what we're doing about it and why we're going through it, why we're having rapid ascension, why we're going through intense ascension symptoms, what the light at the end of the tunnel is in the death process. So we've got so much information in that platform for you because we can't bring that stuff here just yet. The world's not ready for it. But if you're ready for it, please sign up, diamond.com. This week, we're going to be feeling a massive acceleration as we move towards the 27th. It's just going to pick up speed, pick up speed. Some of you are going to be a couple of days ahead where you're really going to be feeling heart expansion. We're going to see society really change after this gateway. So I want to talk a little bit to that and then we'll break down the week. So as soon as you see me hold up cards, that's when I'm getting into the weekly forecast. So you can fast forward to that if you don't want to hear the other stuff. Okay, so here's what we're moving through. We have got with the acceleration timeline that we are in, this is permanent. So as of the 27th, we're going to be being showered with a new wave of energy. This is opening up for disclosure. This is opening up for you, connecting with galactic councils, galactic beings, your oversoul, your higher self, the dragon realm, specifically on Friday, like holy damn. And the way it's going to work, we're in a very dense energy right now. We know that, right? Like Gaia is just it's gross. And what's happening is a lot of you have been doing the inner work. You've been doing the healing that's required in order to ascend to a higher dimensional awareness, a higher dimensional consciousness. That's what 5D, 6D, 7D is. So as we move through our journey, 3D, 4D is when we have a lot of unhealed trauma in the subconscious. 4D is a little bit of like denial of having trauma. That's when we start to be spiritual. That's when we start to wake up. That's when we get excited about things. But we're operating off of spiritual narcissism or spiritual ego because we think we got it all figured out, right? Like I was there for a long time, not judgment. As we move into 5D, we begin the transformation of finishing up the shadow work. This is where you're going to experience the big part of dark night of the soul. Your dark night of the soul, yes, it can repeat over and over and over again until you figure out how you're holding yourself back vibrationally. So, your subconscious belief structure, everything that you were taught, your ancestor story, the money's hard, life's hard, your role as a partner, or your role as a healer, or your role as a wife or a husband, or whatever that be, you've got all these stories that your ancestors have imprinted into you, into your DNA. Okay, it's a lot deeper than that, but I'm just going to touch on the surface of it. Then we receive trauma or abuse or neglect or abandonment or all of these things. And we start to internalize somehow as a younger child that this is a reflection of us. And so we start to doubt our worth. We doubt our purpose. We doubt our power. And we become very suppressed and very small and disconnected. As you heal that subconscious piece, this is where your vibration operates from. So it starts from your belief structure in your subconscious and it radiates all the way out through your emotions becoming your frequency becoming how you perceive yourself in the world, your role in the world, and what the world is. And then that creates the outcome. So this is how we manifest. Okay. As you do that dive and you start to restructure that subconscious vibration, the belief structure, you begin to liberate yourself from those old stories, from the doubt, from the lack of worth. You liberate yourself from blocking receiving. And as you do that, your vibration lifts and you become a receptor, a receiver for connection, for telepathic exchange, for universal wisdom flowing through you, for the remembrance of who you are, what you are, where you're from, and why you're here. And then you continue to ascend from that space. So you become a higher dimensional awareness. So you move into 5D dimensional consciousness. Then you move into six, and then you start to float between 6 and 9 and above. So this is how the whole thing functions. With the gateway acceleration that we're experiencing on the 27th, that starts on the 27th, it is a forced hand of remembrance. Now, this is how it's going to turn to a gong show. So, for those of us that have been doing the work, those of you that have been on my lives with me, that have been following along, you guys have been doing the work. So, you are the new anchors of vibration for all of that is. And we're going to see a lot of that energy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing this. You're going to move into more belief, which is really exciting. Now, those that are unaware are going to feel this energy overflow that we're receiving, and they're going to go into inner turmoil. Like, you remember how heavy the dark night of the soul was, where we had to go and face our doubt. We had to go face our own inner shame. We had to face the stories we've been telling ourselves our whole lives. We have to face the abuse. We have to face these things. And it's really uncomfortable. Humanity is really good at being like, nope, I'm not going to do it, and putting on blinders and avoiding it. So, with that avoidance and it being stirred up, it's going to cause a heightened state of emotion. And the average human who's unaware is going to start to project onto other people, right? Like, we love to blame everything else except for our fucking selves. So, we're going to see a flux in this of people pointing fingers. Like, I can't even imagine what the orange dude in the country below Canada, that is going to be a gong show because there is no healing that's happened there. Um, so we're going to see this like boom, ego. We're going to see it's your fault. We're going to see a lot of challenges. Now, I don't want that to intimidate you, scare you, make you nervous, because we have this opportunity to restructure it for ourselves and everything that's around us. So the more you level up into self honor, the more you become devoted to discovering where shame is holding you back, specifically shame, that is going to restructure you into compassion, into freedom, into unity, into all these things. And you're going to be a walking energy vortex of that new vibration. And so you're going to be pushing that vibration through your cosmic heart, through your experience, through just being aware of it into the entire world around you, which is going to start a trickle effect or a domino effect of other people being like, maybe it's a me issue. And they're going to start to look at themselves. And it's going to be incredible. It's a 3-year journey for the world to make this transition, but it's 3 years. Like, that's amazing, right? So, this is the wave that we're moving into. Now, the other really important piece of this is disclosure. So, we'd be ridiculous to think that we were here alone. All right, Starseeds, you're in it with me. Like, we know that we're Starseed elders, that we're star beings. We know that there's a dragon kingdom. We know that there's galactic beings. We know that there's an inner world and that Atlantis is real. And we know that that's coming back. And this is the journey that we're on over the next 3 years. So, the more we honor and hold that belief structure within ourselves, the more that we recognize what we are. And it doesn't mean that you have to tell the world, you just have to own that belief, that energy. We're going to start to see a shift in other people waking up, right? We've got Atlas coming down. That is a whole other conversation that, again, I cannot bring to these platforms, but there is going to be a very large conversation about that in Starseed Rebellion. That's our safe zone for Starseeds, where we can explore, we can share, we can give each other energy codes, we can elevate each other, we can walk this path together. So it's in that safe space that I can talk about these things. But we do have, with the acceleration, we are going to see Atlas come. Is it Atlas? Yeah, Atlas, right? I don't fucking know. It's a ship. So we're going to see that land. Um, not for the best intentions either, but it's not going to be scary and it's not going to be anything challenging. It's just going to be like, oh, what do we do? Um, so the disclosure piece, as you lift your vibration and you start to connect into everything that you are, and you remember everything that you are, and that's what this acceleration is full remembrance. You're going to start to experience you becoming an energetic portal or a stargate or a gateway. You might be a gatekeeper, even, where you're going to be able to open up these energy gates for these new energies, these new entities, these new beings. They're not new, but for them to actually arrive in your presence. So it's going to go through phases of starseed elders, star beings like myself, and all of the starseeds in Starseed Rebellion. We're going to be these gateways and we're going to meet them first. I've already had my own experiences and I've been having my own experiences since a really little girl, because this is what I came here for. But um, since predominantly 2009, learning how to open up portals and gateways. And now I get to teach all of that, which is great. But they're going to come through and you're going to experience it. So you're going to create these portals on Earth, on Gaia, for them to arrive, to meet you, to connect with you, to help reinstill your full remembrance, your full power, your full gifts. And then we're going to be able to bring that information forward gently and slowly. The first galactic energies that are going to be experienced as a full collective is going to be the dragon realm. So the entire dragon kingdom is going to arrive. It's already here, and they're working with dragon keepers right now and dragon riders. So you're going to start to experience them. But you have to absolutely free yourself of doubt and shame, because your connection with the dragon kingdom is they perfectly honor and reflect you. So if we're low vibe, if we're in doubt, if we're in shame, if we're in our poopy party, toxic vulnerability, self-victimization, then you're not going to have that interaction with them because they can't hold that vibration for you. It doesn't exist in them. So we're going to start to experience that. The dragons will actually, I know I sound like I'm 10 shades of fucking crazy, and it took me a really long time to be brave enough to talk about this, let me tell you. So please be kind in the comments. Because it's a lot, right? Like, it's so out of the human thought. It's so foreign to us because we've been removed from it and suppressed away from it. But the dragons will be here. They will be in the skies. They will be working with humanity. And then we're going to see a lot of disclosure really rapidly after that. We are going to be responsible for anchoring the new energy. We're going to be grid workers. We're going to create a new safe veil for the collective of everything on Gaia. And that's going to allow the rise of Atlantis. So this is all beginning now. And this week is the most intense week that we have ever experienced. And it's not going to lighten up anytime soon. We're moving towards freedom. We're moving towards liberation. We're moving towards like sacred liberation and unity. And so this is going to be a bit of a journey. So let's get into the breakdown of the week. Okay. We've got the overall theme I just shared with you. We are going to be having DNA activation. So we have 12 strands of DNA that are, most of them are dormant within our structure. That's your galactic DNA. In whatever fashion you're connected to, whatever starseed whatever starseed you are. Now, you're probably a hybrid of a lot of them so that you can hold a lot of different energies. So with our DNA, we have been engineered, obviously. We have been tampered with, obviously, because we're pretty dumb fucks right now. If you just look at the world, it's like operating off of self and individuality instead of collective. Um, where we have in our DNA, because of everything that's been tampered with, what I can say here is we do have synthetic DNA and we have organic DNA. Synthetic DNA is our fear based structure, our survival based structure that is in our coding. So we've got fear, we've got shame, we've got doubt, we've got instinctual fear, we've got all these things to keep us suppressed. The 12 strands of organic DNA are highly connected to compassion, to unity, to oneness. And when we activate those, we move into a deeper sense of teleempathetic, telepathy, levitation, all of the things that we're here for. We activate that within us, and that activates the wisdom, and that lets us use all that we are instead of being suppressed. So we're going to move into this activation timeline. The activations will happen to those who are vibrationally aligned with it. If that activation was forced onto someone who still desires to be in toxic vulnerability, to aching to be seen, to be loved, to be honored, then it's just going to rip them apart and they're going to tailspin and hit rock bottom and not know how to get back up. So the energy is available, but those of us that are really have moved through this journey, have truly ascended or evolved, we're going to be the ones that are going to be feeling this activation first. You are going to be an inspiration. You are going to be a mentor. You are going to be a way shower for the rest of humanity when you allow this to anchor and take place within you. So we're going to feel this activation. We're going to feel this transformation really anchoring in all week long. Well, permanently now, like this is the timeline. With that, the vibration is freedom. So this is representative of the dragon realm. The dragon realm is bringing the vibration of freedom. They're the first galactic energies that are going to really be working with us. So brace yourself for what is your definition of freedom? When I ask people that question, when I ask my students, they're always like to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. That's not freedom to me. That's just obvious. I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want. That's bottom bar. So I want you to level up your definition of freedom. Freedom for me is the ability to offer all that I am and receive it equally. Freedom to me is the ability to experience flourishing more than I experience survival, to experience thriving more than I experience survival. That's freedom for me, to have tipped the scale over to that end and allow that to continue to flourish and grow. So I want you to kind of just process that a little bit. Let's start breaking down the week here. So we've got Monday, the 22nd. One of the things that we are going through is communication from all realms. So, with the first galactic energy wave, the dragon realm that is here now, they are starting to work with the animal kingdom to help them remove instinctual fear and to use discernment instead. So, the animal kingdom is being, their DNA is being activated because everything within Gaia's sphere is still in survival operating mechanism, right? Like we were instinctual fear, survival. How do I make this? So that is one of the things that's being undone. So we're going to see animals using the animal kingdom, using more discernment of that's not a good energy for me. That's not, that is no, thank you. But this over here, yes, absolutely. So you're going to have more interaction if you're there. You're going to have more interaction with big birds of flight. You're going to have more activation with the entire animal kingdom, including the insect kingdom, when you're high vibrational. And that's a pretty good indicator of like where you are at in your energy. So if you're starting to have these moments, your telepathy is really going to start to lift with the animal kingdom. You're going to see your animals, your domestic animals, really moving through it as well. Like my dog Frankie is really moving through it right now. Um, they reflect everything in the house, right? And so in our home, there's quite a few humans in our home and quite a few animals because I'm an animal lover. And so Frankie is absorbing other people's sadness or doubt. And I can see him processing it. And then with me, it's just absolute fondness of like, oh, thank you for being my safe space, mom. I love you. Like beautiful connection. And he's learning his version of telepathy because there's not a lot going on in his head. Let me tell you, he's just like, he likes rocks. And that's it. He's, oh, rock. Okay. Like that's it. Rocks and cuddles. So he's starting to move into what do I desire to feel and how do I communicate that? And then my cats, specifically Trevor, who is my starseed dragon. Trevor's domesticated cats are starseeds for dragons. He's moving into compassion. He's moving into freedom. He's moving into like, this is awesome energy. And now he wants to start to explore outside, which is, we are way too close to a road for that for me. But I've been taking him out on the deck and whatever. Anyways, doesn't even matter. Um, so we're seeing them be more exploratory. We're seeing them question things. Like Trevor's just watching things like, okay, what actually is this? And then his instinctual, Trevor is a murderer, let me tell you. Like anything that's moving, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat it." But he's starting to move out of that, and he's starting to move into like curiosity of it and acknowledgement of it. So it's a really beautiful thing to watch. I want you to pay attention to your pets and see what they're doing. But we're going to see the whole animal kingdom start to shift. The other day, I was sharing in Starseed Rebellion. I have a dome of unity over my property, so I use the violet flame for that. And we have every creature in our yard. Um, but the other day, we have two bunnies that always have the zoomies, like they're so cute. And a fox came in and joined in on it, didn't attack them, didn't anything. It was just like, this is a space of unity. And I was just like, that is awesome. So we're going to see beautiful change. That's going to start for the animal kingdom on Monday. Your opportunity to communicate with that is on Monday. So from Monday forward, guys, keep practicing, but we're going to see that dump of energy for that. As we move into Tuesday's energy is all about shifting your perception. It is shifting how you see the world, how you see yourself. The energy is very supportive for you on Tuesday. So, Tuesday, I want you to anchor into how do I really truly perceive myself? Am I caught up in how others perceive me? Or am I focused on how I perceive me? Right? We are untangling a lot of shame in our DNA right now. So Tuesday is a great day to really write the story of like how do I perceive me? What is my energy? What is my vibration? What do I desire it to be? What's some action I can take towards owning that vibration, that perception of me? So it's a great day to sit, invite your younger self forward and have a conversation with them about how do you see me? Like, because my younger self literally thinks I'm the coolest shit ever. My 8-year-old self is like, whoa, we did it. We became everything that we wanted. This is so cool. Like, you're so neat. So I want you to like invite your inner babe forward and be like, how do you perceive me? Um, you're going to look at, is there areas where you're sort of holding yourself back and can you untangle the shame to that and allow yourself to truly begin to flourish? That's the energy for Tuesday. It's amazing. So that is the 23rd. On the 23rd, we have a Starseed, beautiful Starseed event. So the councils that I work with, I don't work with the Galactic Federation of Light. I don't work with any of those. I work with the Council of Divine Sovereignty, which is a group of galactic leaders or elders from each of the civilizations. Um, I don't even believe that the Galactic Federation of Light is real. I think that it's a big 4D lie, but that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. But the Council of Divine Sovereignty is board of members from each, so elders from each of the main 13 civilizations that have had a hand in humanity's evolution and will have a hand moving forward. There is 11 supportive councils as well that work with them in regards to DNA engineering, the timeline engineering, taking down the matrix, supporting new matrix, emotional scaffolding. Like all of these beautiful 11 councils have come forward and are now working with the Council of Divine Sovereignty. So there's 24 in total, which is a six, which if you know my book, I'm obsessed with 369. So this is really exciting to me, but I'm going to be channeling those 11 civilizations in the membership platform on Tuesday. So we're going to get some incredible activations. We're doing ascension activation to help us really own this energy with our DNA and restoring remembrance and connection to who you are. So I'm really excited about that event. As we move into Wednesday's energy, so Wednesday, the 24th, is going to be about how we communicate moving forward energetically. So we love to speak our truth. We love to tell our partners where their potential is. We love to over preach. We love to get a microphone and be like, this is it. Like, I'm a starseed. These are all the things. But that's not how we're communicating on Wednesday. Wednesday's communication is going to come from you taking a little pause and acknowledging the inner being of everything around you. So I want you to acknowledge the inner energy of your home. I want you to acknowledge the inner energy of your partner, your children, your pets, your coworkers. I just want you to slow down and be present. We're not going to go into a lot of conversation on Wednesday. We're going to go into offering our energy. I want you to, the way you perceive someone is what they receive from you. Okay. Let me say it one more time. The way you perceive someone is what they receive from you. So if you perceive them as stagnant, lazy, if you perceive them as annoying, if you perceive them as um, avoiding, you're offering that energy through your perception. So Wednesday, we got to set the tone on how are we going to perceive the people, places, things around us so that we're really truly offering unity, that we're offering freedom, that we're offering that. Because when we offer that, we help them from the outside in acknowledge self. And self awareness is key in this. Self awareness brings all the change required. So they're going to be, as we do that, you're going to see the people in your life become a little bit more vulnerable, become a little bit more self aware, and be like, I think I'm struggling with like mom issues or whatever it be. So, really own that energy on Wednesday. It's an incredible opportunity for you to prove to yourself how powerful you are and what you actually bring to the world. So, really check yourself on Wednesday. As we move into Thursday's energy, hold the fuck on. So Thursday the 25th. Thursday to the 25th is all about grid worker energy. So we've been practicing it. We're having all this energy. Wednesday, we practice it. Thursday, you are going to feel your oversoul, your higher self, really communicating with you and helping you create the energy that you're bringing forward to Gaia. So grid workers, for those of you that are in the grid worker program with me, um, we just had it's all available still. Like you can get the recordings if you want. It's a powerful how to use your cosmic heart and your star chakra, your earth chakra, become a gateway, a stargate, all the things. But we're going to be feeling that energy. So those of you that have done that program with me, there's a few hundred of you, we are going to really move into that cosmic heart use on Thursday. The rest of us who don't really get it yet, you're going to be getting downloads. You're going to be getting remembrance. This is a day for connection. This is a day for moving slow. This is a day for allowing information to move through you, with you, for the world. So you're going to be receiving a lot of energy, a lot of love, a lot of compassion. This might look like a little bit of an overflow of emotion, heart palpitations. It could look like heavy heart. Sometimes it can be really challenging to flip the switch into self honor. Self honor does create an overflow of emotion sometimes. So that's okay. Just let it happen. The unaware, this is where we're going to see the gong show start. So the unaware are going to be not wanting to, they're going to be in avoidance, or they're going to be in their own trauma response. So flight, fight, freeze, fawn. I like to throw faint into that one too, because some people just like need a timeout, a nap, or whatever. We're going to see people in trauma response. We're going to see people being like, "You don't do this for me." We're going to see the audacity. Look at me owning my throne. Like we're going to see bullshit energy globally. So I just want you to hold your energy. And if you are one of the grid workers and you know what to do with that, you're going to start taking it even bigger, guys. Like we're sending it. Okay. As we move into Friday's energy, man, Friday is the 26th. This is all about dragon connection. So for those of you that have been really honoring and working with yourself alongside your dragon, this is a day to look for them. This is a day to feel them all day Friday. Talk to your dragon, talk to the dragon kingdom. I call upon the dragon kingdom to work with me, through me, for me, to bring the awareness required for my own evolution in order to be by your side. That is what we're going into on Friday. You're going to, I want you to open your heart to them. I want you to look up. I want you to, you're going to see them in the clouds, like cloud formation. You're going to see it in fog formation. You're going to see it reflective. You're going to see the dragon star seeds really communicating. So that is felines, felines that have the slit in the eye. So domesticated cats. We're going to see the reptile kingdom because they're moving away from reptilian into dragon energy, the remembrance of dragon energy. Dragonflies, insects with flight. So insects of flight are really in that. And then birds of prey are also in that. The energy coming down is supportive to specifically the bird kingdom right now, as well as us. So, with that dragon energy, we are going to see some blue and gold avian energy really coming to the surface as well. That energy is a bit more authoritative. It is so dragon energy is very nurturing, very loving, remembrance, very emotional. And the blue avian energy, gold avian energy is authoritative, structured discipline. um, and like no nonsense kind of vibe, right? So if you're getting that big overflow of emotion, just connect into the blue and gold avian energy. Just ask. It's all about intention. Receive a little bit of that to counterbalance yourself as you move through. If you feel like you're way too authoritative and you're being bossy and spicy, which sometimes I experience that, we're going to call upon the Dragon Kingdom a little bit more to counterbalance that energy. They're going to be working with the bird kingdom. So we might see some bizarre activity in the bird kingdom. You might see crows, all birds, really trying to communicate with you. You may see them a little anxious or they may be really quiet. I'm not sure what's going to happen there because they're getting the dragon energy. Because think about the instinctual fear of a bird, right? Anything that looks in flight of prey that is bigger than you is stranger danger. So the dragon kingdom is really supporting this realm with safety and connection. And because of that, they're going to go through their own ascension of how do we let go of our instinctual fear? How do we let go of the trauma that we've been through? And how do we come into, okay, I'm ready for this. So they may be more connective with you. If you're really connected in the bird kingdom, spend some time with them because they're going to need our love. Okay. Now, Saturday, the 27th, the acceleration gate line or gateway, we're going to be like, you might be really hyper. You might be, it might feel like anxiety. That is quite common. I see people are like, oh my God, something big's coming. Like there's going to be an earthquake, guys going through. Like, oh my God, this is happening. Or blah, 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 blah. We're going to see media like that. I think everybody's going to get real fixated on the ship that's arriving. I think that everyone's going to get real fixated on what the orange, I want to say, well, just the circus act that is happening. Everybody's going to be fixated on that. We're going to be fixated on the fear of war. We're going to be fixated on stupidity. Like it's just going to be ridiculous. So media is going to be really, really fixated on like the chaos because they're going to be feeling this shift. And to the unaware, it feels like anxiety. It feels like anticipation. It feels like, oh, something's coming. And then we go into panic, right? We create stories in our ego. We're like, oh my God, this is what's happening. You may go into, if your relationship is a little bit topsy turvy, you may go into like, do we break up? Do we stay? Like, what do we do? This isn't a day to fix anything. This is just a day to trust the process. The one massive piece of direction that's coming through for Saturday, and I want you to set yourself up for success forever and always moving forward. Okay. I'm going to do a live. I did a live about this on the 18th. So the replay will be up on YouTube. Um, it is absolutely essential to get the nonsense of divine feminine, divine masculine out of your fucking ego. That is not real. That is a 4D trap. The long and short of it is there's 12 divine principles. 4D likes to say the principle of gender because we want a reason to project onto the divine masculine or feminine that they're not enough. And then we want reasons to feel superior. That's our truth. Okay. So it's actually the principle of divine essence, meaning your divine creator, your divine doer. You have both within you. You are a creator of all things and you are a doer. You are the action of that creation. So I want you to really balance your divine creator, divine doer. My whole world is in my divine creator. I am a nurturer. I am a support system. I am love. I am all of these things for my students all day, every day. And I write programs. I meditate a lot. Like this is my divine creator energy. It is essential for me to spend time in my divine doer energy. So I work out. I love do it yourself projects at the house. Like I've revamped this entire house. I love gardening. I love physical activity. So it's really important for me to make sure that I have my balance in order to be all that I am. So Saturday, we want to set ourselves up and really make sure that our balance is in check by Saturday so that this energy acceleration can use in your favor because you're going to get up and go. You're going to get inspired action. You're going to get direction. You're going to get stepping stones and you're going to have to take action on those things moving forward. So Saturday is make sure that balance is in play. Enjoy the energy. Don't go into anxiety. Turn the TV off. Like don't even pay attention because it's just going to be bullshit. Don't absorb. Don't get into conversation about things that are going on in the media. Don't add to it. This is a little bit of isolation. Ignorance today is bliss. So we're going to go into like removing ourselves from that. And we're going to go into how do I balance in order to receive more? Because here we go. Like this is the beginning of the new world. As we move into Sunday's energy is all about feeling the expansion. So if you're doing all the stuff, remember the overall energy is freedom. You're going to be feeling the expansion of that through your entire system. Now, this may look like you really wanted to jump on and do something really creative and crazy. Like, oh my God, I'm going to get on a plane. Like, I just booked Mexico because I'm in this energy already. I was like, I got to go to Mexico. I got to do this. I got to do these things. So, with caution, with discernment, walk your path. But you're going to be excitable. You're going to be filled with beautiful emotion, the remembrance emotion of your truth. And that is going to be a little overwhelming. So you're going to slow it down. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to keep your balance. You're going to celebrate it. You're going to start to get all the downloads, all the things from this timeline moving forward. We've arrived. We've arrived at the beginning of the newness, the what we came here for. Like this is action time. This is no longer sitting and waiting and manifesting bullshit things. This is creating. This is action. So it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. All right. There it is for you. Um, Thank you for all of your love and support. Thank you for all of the loving comments. Thank you, Starseed Rebellion, all my Starseeds there. I love you guys tremendously. Here we go. This is going to be awesome. So until I see you again, please go look in the mirror and find all the reasons you can to say thank you. I love you. Bye, guys.